Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel AI Learning Solutions and my name is Shalini. We are going to talk about data mesh and domain in Microsoft Fabric. So let's begin with a quick use case to understand why to go for data mesh.
So it is a case study about a retail crop, which is a fictitious company. It's a fast growing retail chain with hundreds of stores and millions of customers. Like many large enterprises, Retail Crop had plenty of data: sales data, customer feedback, inventory logs, marketing campaign performance, and it was all being collected and stored. But here is the problem: all this data lived in a central data lake managed by one central data team. If the marketing team needed insights, they raised a request. If the sales team wanted a custom report, they submitted a ticket. If inventory team found issues with their dashboards, they had to wait in line. Weeks would go by. By the time the reports arrived, the decisions had already been made without data. The central team was overworked, business users were frustrated, and data was treated as someone else's problem. I feel sounds familiar to you as well. So that's when Retail Crop realized something had to change. Instead of trying to scale the central team, they asked a different question. What is that question? What if the people who understand the business, the domains, own the data? And that is the essence of data mesh. Retail Crop adopted Microsoft Fabric to power this transformation. Why Fabric? Because it's not just a collection of tools. It is a unified platform that supports domain based workspaces, lakehouses, data warehouses, and real time analytics. With a Power BI integration for self serve reporting also, and data governance and lineage built in. So, here is what they did. Each business unit, sales, marketing, inventory, customer service, became a data domain. They set up dedicated Fabric workspaces for each domain. Sales took ownership of their sales reports, customer funnels, marketing published campaign dashboards directly from their domain. Inventory built real time stock alerts using Fabric's data pipeline. Data was no longer centralized, it was federated yet governed. Each domain treated their data as product, versioned, documented, and trusted by others. And because they were all working in Microsoft Fabric, data stayed in one lake, accessible, secure, and compliant, even though it was managed by different teams. So, this is the way Retail Crop implemented the data mesh, and within the Microsoft Fabric, with the help of domains, they are able to implement it. So that is the power of data mesh with data domains in Microsoft Fabric. It turns your organization into a network of empowered teams, all working with trustworthy data, all speaking the same language, and all moving faster together. So let's see a demo here. How to have data domain in Microsoft Fabric. So let's see the demo.
To work with this demo, we need to access the portal app.fabric.microsoft.com again. We will enter the credential into the portal
and land up on the interface of Fabric environment. Now you can see I'm on my Fabric portal. Now to create the domain, only Fabric administrator can create the domain. So I will go to the settings of the portal, and from here I will access the admin portal to create the domain. Now you can see on the admin portal I am able to see all these settings. Just observe, so many settings are available. As an Fabric administrator, I can do all these settings. Now to work for domain, I am looking for domains option here. You can see it is available. Now I have not created any domain yet, so I am going to start from the beginning. So we have the option start from scratch, and here I can give a domain name. So let's create first domain as HR, and if I wanted to assign any administrator for domain, I can assign that user email ID here. At this point of time, I am not providing any admin. HR domain has been created. Now I'm going to create more domains here. So again, create new domain. I'm going to create, let's say, sales domain to deal with the sales data. And I'm creating another domain as finance, so that finance team can work under this logical entity. So basically domains will create a logical group of workspaces in which teams can work. So we have another option if I wanted to create new subdomain. So I'm creating a new subdomain. Let's say in the sales area, I have multiple regions where the sales are happening, and we wanted to create subdomains. So I created an East US subdomain, another one like West US subdomain I'm creating here. So we can further segregate our data within the subdomains also. Now from the domain settings, you can see different settings available. I can even add image for my sales domain representation. So I just click on select an image. Here I selected one image. Then I can assign admins from here, contributors from here. So we have different options to assign the contributors, and even we have this default domain option if we wanted to create this particular domain to be treated as default domain. Just observe, when you add people, the very first new unassigned workspaces will be getting automatically inside it, but we do not want to do it right now here, so not applying it. Okay, yeah, my image is not applied yet, so let me apply the image and apply. So here domain image has been applied. Here is the option to assign workspaces. We have option to assign the workspaces by name, by admin, or by capacity as well. So at this point of time, I am assigning the workspaces by name. I have already created few workspaces which I can use here. So I'm just looking for my workspace with the name first workspace. Now it is listed. I just select and apply. So this first workspace is directly under the sales domain. Now from East US, within the East US, I wanted to assign another domain based workspace. So I'm just looking for demo workspace, and I'm putting up inside the East US. So basically in the sales, we have two workspaces aligned, but one workspace within the subdomain and one workspace directly in the sales. Now how would I check? So when I look at the workspaces, it's not differentiating the workspaces by domain. So I go to the OneLake catalog, and here is the option. I can see sales domain. If I select all sales, all the workspaces I'm able to see within the sales. But I have that subdomain also. So if I go to that East US, I'm able to see only demo workspace. So it will help your users to work efficiently and do the segregation of the workspaces in which they wanted to work. Now, why other domains are not listed?
So for that, I'm creating a new workspace. Let's say HR workspace. I have already created a previous video where I'm teaching you how to create a workspace and how to add lake houses. You can watch that video and understand. Here I'm creating a workspace and assigning the domain also, because HR domain has been created already. And here is the workspace. So inside this workspace, if I just check, it's still not available. So behind the scene, I'm creating the lake houses. Now you can see the lake house is ready. Now lake house is ready here, and under the lake house, if I have applied some products also, the data products is also there. So once the lake house with the data products available, you can see HR lake house is there in the HR workspace now. So now if I go to the One Lake catalog and check HR, it is there. So this way we can create the domains and subdomains.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel and stay tuned. Meet you in the next video.